haven't been over on this side of the bay since the fire. Been kind of missing him. And I know he's gone because normally he calls up and razzes my wife about how better his tomatoes are doing than ours. And our tomatoes are doing pretty damn good this year, so I just thought I'd come see what it feels like. This past winter, we had an unfortunate event occur, a house fire. We lost one of our esteemed elders of our community, Gary Mulberger.
When you lose an elder in a small community like ours, you know, the loss has really just been incalculable.
He was a huge part of this community and everybody in its lives.
He had a heart of gold, and I sure do miss him.
Probably one of the last of the old breed that, you know, could really actually just live by the seat of his pants. All he needed was a rifle and a blue tarp, and he was good to go. Well, one thing I've learned in my time on the planet is that when tragedy strikes, everybody's got to kind of come together, prop each other up. Living in port protection can be extremely dangerous. Without the community, your chances of survival are pretty damn slim.
There's this newer generations coming in here, and they're willing to get their hands dirty, and that's what we need to keep this village going.
The best way to carry on Gary's legacy is keep passing on his knowledge. Share it with the new folks.
We're the ones that are the next generation of people coming up. I want to do everything in my power to make sure port protection is thriving again.
We need to rise up and rebuild. This is the dog and pony show.
Who's the dog, who's the pony?
This is how you build things out here, or move things.
One terrible inch at a time.
But look at that, see, it's once the...
Okay, now we're gonna come up to, make sure that that second roller's underneath where there, yeah.
I've got this much room.
Whoa, whoa, it's coming.
And away we go.
Yeah, I wasn't stopping that.
Gravity always wins eventually.
Well, we got the main fire pump out, and we're getting this fireboat as empty as possible to take it into the shipyard in the closest city, which is a 100-mile round trip, basically. We're bringing it up to the 21st century. I can't even express the horrible tragedy of losing Gary in the fire. That was the last time we used the fireboat, and it had some shortcomings, so we got to get this boat whipped back into shape ASAP. I don't like what I'm seeing in here. I'm seeing electrolysis up the kazoo, corrosion from the aluminum. We might have deeper problems than we thought.
We're gonna have to definitely assess exactly how much damage occurred here.
I'd like to say I'm gonna be here for life. The old fishermen, we don't die, we just kind of drift away. $73 gallons of number 2. Yeah, fuel out here is not cheap, but part of the cost of doing business. My name is Carl Hernandez, and I have lived in port protection my entire life. I stayed in port protection because I don't feel like I really belong anywhere else. My main income source has always been fishing. I started working on deck and helping out when I was like 7 for my dad. I want to do kind of what my parents did. They bought a piece of land built a house, built a life, you know, gill netting, trolling, their own empire, if you will. You know, I got to be a part of that, and I feel like it's my turn now. You know, I wanna build my empire with the person that I would like to spend my life with.
Would you like some coffee? I did put a splash of cold water in there.
Did you? Thank you.
Yes. I know you. My name is Morgan Turcott, and I've lived in Port Protection for a year. I grew up in Petersburg, Alaska. I did not want to live paycheck to paycheck. I met and fell in love with Carl, and he's gonna marry me. He just doesn't know it yet. And it's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for it.
The whales going crazy out there,
Oh.
feeding. It's a good sign. It bodes well.
This gill net fishing season means a lot to us right now because we are building a house and we have to make our money and pay our bills and get things going to build our empire. Each week we get a certain amount of time to fish. Good morning. So we get 48 hours to get our net in the water and catch as much fish as we can get. So we need to get our ice and get fishing.
Sweet, thank you. I kind of know where I want to go, but it doesn't open till noon. It's 11 o'clock right now. So every week on Sunday, at noon on the dot, you can start fishing. We've got us a nice open spot here. There's no countdown, you know, but everybody kind of pays attention. We have our GPS on or something reliable that tells you what time it is. Come on, baby. 1 minute, less than a minute.
It's time.
All right, time to go.
We are really fishing for anything that will go in our net. So right now it's dogs, it's humpies, hopefully sockeye and cohos as well. Right now, as of 12:01, we've got the next 48 hours to get as much fish as we can get. So this next 48 hours is extremely important.
We're fishing now.
We'll hope we're catching.
Living out here, it's a very small community. Everybody's like part of your family. And, you know, every time somebody farted, basically. It's a really big day for me. The opening day of subsistence deer hunting. It's huge. Your odds of bagging a deer are pretty damn good. When deer season first opens, the deer aren't used to the hunters being out there and they're not used to being shot at. So your odds are pretty good if you see a buck, you're gonna get them because they're not spooky yet. Bella, you better be on today if I need you. Venison is a huge part of my diet. I get plenty of meat for the year off of deer hunting. Let deer know it's game on. My intention is to fill my freezer. So I'm gonna push myself to my body's limit. I like this spot. The deer just lay down in there. I'm sure they're in there sunning. I'm gonna go in and look around. Yeah. I like coming and checking out by these rivers and streams because all the animals always go to water eventually. And there's lots of nice green grass, berries, everything they like. Oh, bear on this trail. More bear. It's like he was just here when I drove up. Makes me wonder if he's watching me. Bears always make me nervous because they're unpredictable. You never know if they're gonna have cubs or what. You don't want to sneak up on them. It makes me just be a little more conscious of my surroundings. Pay attention to any movement in the bushes. I don't like surprising bears.
I feel like I'm one of the richest guys in the world. To be able to live here and just to see what I see every day. Well, if these old boats around here could talk, boy, they'd sure tell you a story or two, I bet. Be pretty interesting, too. I'm trying to find some sort of makeshift garden bed. I figure if I can find an old skiff or bathtub or anything like that will do for a garden bed. I just don't really see anything that's catching my eye around here. I got another spot that I can check out. I know of an old skiff from years ago that used to be up in the woods there, and I'm gonna go see if I can find it. I want to grow my own vegetables. Costs a lot of money to get the produce out here, you know. I mean, the freight alone will kill you. What's this? Gonna be damn. There's a flat-bottom skiff. This is almost considered an artifact. I don't know how in the hell I'm gonna get it out of here. I guess the first step would be is get all this damn moss off of it and try to get it unburied here. Hell, it's even got a tree growing on it. You know, look at that. You can tell they put all these screws in where the rivets used to be. This thing must have leaked like a damn sieve. Well, Junior, let's go see if we can get this thing in the water somehow. I'm thinking about maybe attempting to yank this thing out into the bay with the skiff. I don't know how it'll work, but it beats packing it or dragging it. Hopefully it'll just slide right across there like boiled okra. So I'm gonna hitch the bow of this skiff up with some of that line, and I'm gonna proceed to try to yank this thing out of the woods and get it as close to the water as I can, hopefully even in the water. Hey, I guess we're blowing toward the beach, Junior. I figure that's the easiest way, and besides, I like pulling. There she comes. There she comes. That was freaking cool. I got her. What do you think of that, Junior? Damn, she's a sinker. Holy. There she goes, out of sight. This little skiff sinks, you know, there's a good chance that it could pull my skiff that I'm pulling it with underwater and get my engine swamped. Oh, come on. I don't want that to happen. Oh, there it comes. Thank God. Holy she's heading down to Davy Jones's locker. Only thing I can do right now is go like hell and don't slow down, because it will sink. As they keep it going, we'll get her to my beach. We got her home. Ah, my new garden bed.
Supposedly good stuff to clean aluminum with here in this jug. It's basically a mild acid. This will give us a lot better idea of how deep this corrosion is. You know, we built our community building in the fire hall just for this boat. I was only 23 years old, I think.
She's in sore need of a little TLC.
I think the next thing we need to rinse wherever that acid was. A day doesn't pass that I don't draw upon the knowledge that I got directly from the old timers that used to live here. Sure ways to make sure perpetuation goes on in perpetuity is to share our knowledge with the young folks. Give them a hand whenever we can.
Basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at those cork line and just checking to see if we get fish in our net.
This cork's bobbing right in the crook there.
Bobbin? Got a hit. We got fish!
I'm getting the hell out of here. There's just too much fresh bear poo around. Actually, my favorite kind of bear is a gummy bear. I'm not afraid of those at all, and you can tell.
I'll get this thing tied. Well, now I'm off to go see if I can round up some soil.
Well, we got her all douched out now. Look at that.
Well, it's not leaking.
No, it's not all the way through, but man, those are some deep pits, all right.
The main thing is
Yeah.
Dave, we can get to town with it without being rescued.
Yeah.
So,
No,
no rescue missions.
no going down with the boat, damn it. I guess it's time to make sure that we can have the main up and in operation. Get that ready to
Get some
throw
water pumping out of it before we leave.
Yeah. It's always a touchy subject when we have to actually bring the boat into town to get service because it leaves us out here without the protection of the fireboat. Well, right now we're just pulling the hose out, then we'll fire up the pump and make sure that in our absence, whoever's here will be able to throw some water at a fire if it occurs.
That's good, Dave. Until we can make sure that this is all fully functional, we're not going to leave the harbor. Fire in the hole. Coming out, yeah.
I'm barely getting any pressure down here. I got a canker. You're not fired up far enough.
Something's going on.
So we definitely got some issue going on. You can see the water hammer and the interruption in the flow there. It's never done that before. But apparently, we're gonna have to have some work done on the water pump as well. Let's kill her, Sam.
Well, at least we have water coming out of the hoses, and it's a hell of a lot more than a garden hose.
Yeah. Start packing up the rig for the run tomorrow, eh?
Well, hopefully the wind dies down. We have sunshine, and now it's windy, so.
Got it open in here. It's just a good place to stop and take Hopefully there's some action in here. Whoa. Deer. And he probably just tucked in right up there. Quietly. Sneak in there. Oh. The doe, damn it. That was perfect size, but it was a doe. I can't shoot it. Damn it. Maybe I'll go in there and take a peek and see if she has a little boyfriend in there. In the beginning of deer season, you can only harvest a buck, which is a male deer. But I'm gonna follow her into the woods because if she's got her boyfriend with her or daddy, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, there she is.
Underway. I gotta wave at the wife. Oh, every time I leave the harbor, we go through that little ritual. Gotta say goodbye. You know, you might not come back. Could happen.
Come on, fishy, fishy.
Come on, fishy.
Come on,
Come on
fishy,
now.
fishy.
Come on now. We need some excitement.
Hey, girl. Where's your man at? Well, she didn't have her honey with her. But she stayed right there. That's why today is so good. They're not freaked out yet. So I'm gonna get back on my scooter and get on down the road. Find me the one with the antlers.
Come on, money. Money. There's a fish.
Yeah?
First fish of the set. Sockeye. It's a good sign.
Yeah. Let me help.
Put him over there.
Your
Put
side?
Humpy's over here, yeah.
I don't really have a lot of experience fishing, especially commercial fishing. I mean, I've put a pole in the water before and tried to catch fish, but this is completely different. I've had maybe a summer and a half under my belt of gill netting. There's something.
Sockeye.
Sockeye?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Carl has been fishing from the time he's been a peewee.
Try not to break it.
He does know a lot, and he is teaching me a lot.
Not seeing as many fish as I'd like to see. Couple of sockeye, couple of dogs, couple of humpies. Didn't come here for no stinking humpies.
Got ourselves a few jellyfish.
Ah, there's a nice one. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that went in my eye. That's what I get for trying to get it out of the net.
Yep.
Oh, God, that's gonna suck here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I hope it was just water. I hope it was just water. Well, that was depressing. Ow. Ugh. God, my eye hurts. Ugh. Ah. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it.
Are you okay?
Ow! God, God! Ow! Ah! Ah, you horrid. Ow! Ah! Jellyfish in my eyeball. Nice, lovely, burning jellyfish right in the corner of my eye. It's great. That's why you should always wear sunglasses when you're doing this. All right, I'm gonna go back up top, I think.
And I got a little bit on my face. It doesn't react too bad, and it tends to react mostly with moisture. So nostrils, mouth, eyeballs, it reacts pretty bad.
Oh. I'm gonna try scraping along the beach here as the tide goes out, see if any fish built up in there.
How you doing, kids? Arr! Arr!
Me and Dave Squaber heading into Petersburg. We've got a bunch of much-needed maintenance to do on the Fireboat. It's imperative we get that boat dropped off in Petersburg so that the experts can fix it and we can get it back home as soon as possible. Have the capacity to fight some fire. In about half a mile up here, I'm going to pull over and you can come alongside and we can have a little snack, a little bite to eat.
Roger that. I'm feeling a little peckish myself. I'll follow you into a cove.
All right. Well, I can't think of a better picnic spot.
Would you like some tomatoes, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I eat them, sometimes I don't. Today I'm not. Oh,
Thanks, sir.
absolutely.
You made your way on up there up the hill?
Yeah, I went back for the first time since the fire, so it was time. Now that
I still haven't mustered the gumption to go up on site yet. Made the boardwalk a couple times, but I just couldn't quite get there yet. All I can say is, at least he supped at the marrow of life with a smile till the very end there. I mean,
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Didn't spend the last couple of years in town trying to deal with that.
That was the last thing you wanted to do was
No.
go to the old folks' home, so what the hell? We are in the old folks' home. We're in the best place old folks should be as long as...
We can keep the firewood blazing and
Yeah.
food on the table. Gonna miss that salty old sourdough, damn it.
Thinking it's probably time to fire it up.
This is your fun.
It's my happy place, where I exist, in the kelp. Hey, for a quick one, that wasn't bad. Couple's better than none at this point. This wasn't
Look
that bad,
at you
though.
being optimistic.
Right?
Where'd you get that from?
This is a big spruce tree that's blown over. The only soil around here is attached into the roots. That's what I get for my garden. And to be careful here and watch these rocks behind me here too, because one of them things fall, it's gonna ruin your day.
The grand city of Petersburg.
Time to get this boat up to the shipyard.
Yeah, she's right up here. Next time we see this boat, she'll be as new and improved as the Fireboat has been in a long, long, long time.
I'm gonna hook around this piling. I figure what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a block and tow line. I'll tighten these lines up back down here, and then I'll hook onto it with my skiff and give it a big yank and see what happens. Hopefully I don't yank the damn piling out from underneath my hot tub deck. That would really suck. There's all kinds of rocks in the way that could get hung up behind anything. Let's go, Junior. So we're just gonna cross our fingers and pull like hell. Damn it, I might be stuck. Try this again. Holy. I think we did her, Junior. I think it's up the hill.
Whoa! Couldn't tell if it was a buck or a doe, but it was a deer. Oh, he's still there. He's watching for me. Oh, she went in a little bit. I'm gonna go in and look around. They're in here. There's buck right there. You can see all their little tracks that are in here. Just gotta look for any kind of movement or anything.
See if I can knock these seats out of here. I got a big hammer. I can hopefully knock them loose. There's one.
Hear anything moving? One little Tweety bird.
There we go. Won't be long, we'll be planting seeds.
Just not in the cards for me today. Some days you're lucky, some days you're not. But I'm not giving up. Because if you keep trying, you'll get that pat hand.
Oh, looky, looky.
There she blows.
Time to mosey on down to the skiff and see the improvements, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that nice, pretty bottom paint.
Yeah. You get that bow line?
Yeah. Push up to her, I'll just give it a quick hop. Sweet. Oh, look at how sweet that lit up.
Yeah. Can't even hear them.
Hell, you can even sit on the transom back here. This is insane. I am digging hard. They even put some silicone in a pitting on the inside, and they put a patch on the outside. This is the cat's meow, certainly.
How right you are, my bright little star.
I'll pull it around to the skiff float, and we'll start working on getting the water cannon back in place.
All right, fish or bust. Oh, there's humpies jumping all in here. Oh, that's good to see. Come on. Come on, one good set. See if we can scare some fish into the net real quick. Yesterday, the first couple sets were not good, actually, by any stretch. But day 2, we got a way better idea where to be when.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
It's
man.
looking a hell of a lot better. There's a nice school.
look at that.
Damn it, they're all
yeah.
going through. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
I can see why you love and hate your job.
Right? There's ups and there's downs. It's great when you're catching fish, and when you're not, you just want to hang yourself. It's like, I'm done. Just want to sink the boat, walk away, never come back.
Look at that. Oh, we got a big one.
The is that? That better not be what I think it is right there.
Is it? Is that a sea lion?
Nah, it's just a seal. Don't you eat my fish, you little... Got something I can throw at him. He's right behind us somewhere. I saw him tugging on a fish down there. He's eating the belly out of it right now. Just try and scare him off.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we might have to start picking our way out of this a little bit. Come on, baby. Make some money. Damn seal. Got a giant hole in the side of it. That's what the seal does. So, it's not that bad. He was trying for it. At least it was a humpy.
There's a fish.
Oh, there's a lot of sockeye here. This is good. Sockeyes are the highest dollar fish we catch. This is kind of what I was hoping for, but definitely worked out better than expected.
We're more than breaking even.
Definitely more than breaking even.
We did get a little bit ahead, not enough where we need to be, but it is a start, and hopefully this can keep up through the rest of our gillnet season. This has been success.
Sometimes you make the right moves.
Well, I got some carrots and turnips I want to stick in the ground, and then you get the damn things open. Like that. There we go. I consider myself kind of a softie, a sentimental guy. I mean, just having that skiff there, it takes me back to a time when things were a lot easier. I had a skiff exactly like it when I was a kid, man. I had to work my butt off in the hay fields, and I pulled tansy, too, for the farmers, and worked all summer to save enough money to get that skiff. It was my prized possession for a long time. I had a lot of good adventures on that thing, going up and down the old Scatter Creek trapping, duck hunting and fishing. All my other friends were getting in trouble. I was out there having fun. Yeah, boy, those were some good times back then, not a worry in the world. I guess that's it. I'm super stoked that the skiff is up here and done, and my garden's planted. What a relief, and best thing of all is I'm gonna have carrots and turnips in my bear stew. Now, hopefully the damn crows don't eat it all.
There we go.
Nice.
Let's go spray some water. See what she's got. See what she's got. What we're witnessing now is basically a changing in the guard. The old timers are slowly passing away. But we do have an influx of new blood. Young folks that are attracted to this part of the world, and they're a pretty hardy lot that's hopefully going to help revitalize the community of port protection. We've got our work cut out for us.
First bag's all humpies. It's a different lifestyle growing up for sure. You know, you don't get your summers out of school playing and having a good time. It's work. But as a young kid, seeing that, it's kind of cool. 222. And this is where I want to be, building up our empire.
I came out here for a simpler lifestyle and just to get all the stress out of my life. I've done that, but it's not simpler by no means. It's a lot of work.
Starting to get up there in age, but I prefer to live the way I do live. I gotta work my ass off to get something I need, then so be it. Boy, he loves retrieving. You gotta have a strong back and a weak mind to live out here. Junior, good boy.
Every single one of us is going to live on with Gary's spirit in our hearts. The community's going to have to band together, take a deep breath. There's another day coming.
Tickled as a peach. Damn, that's nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, inevitably, we're gonna have to pull this puppy back out of the barn and go fight.
Well, we'll be ready for it.
There's no way that I would want to change my life. The call of the wild drew me out, and I could never leave. This is a gem in its own way. It's a beautiful place.
Port protection is kind of in a crossroads. There she goes.
The last decade, we've really lost a lot of the sourdoughs, the pillars of our community.
Oh, that's about an 80-pounder.
A handful of young folks out here now that are pretty hardy, and they have the right stuff in a critical time of need.
I feel like I caught a fish, man. I feel like a stud, dude. Hell yeah.
I feel a certain responsibility to keep it alive, like to really push.
Stop!
Real important for people like me to pass along as much as I can.
Oh, that's a sea monster.
If these young people don't learn how to survive, the very fabric of the community is going to fail.
Yeah, I see a bear right there.
Go!
Seen a lot of people that had left their tails between their legs, had big goals to not be one of those. Successful day, if you ask me.
This is where I want to be. This is my end game. It may be hard work, but we're ready for it.
Hey!
Many are called, few are chosen.